Thanks for staying tuned. I'm Colin Abrams with the HGP Sportscast. We begin with cricket. The West Indies brace for the challenge of qualifying direct for the ICC Cricket World Cup 2019. They must beat England badly in the upcoming one-day series. The Windies side has a laborious task of trying to qualify direct for the ICC Cricket World Cup 2019, as it braced for a one-day off ODI against Ireland on September 13 and a 5-day match ODI series against England from the 19th to 29th of September. The match against Ireland was washed out. West Indies had to beat Ireland in a one-off ODI and then defeat England 5-0 or 4-1, with wins in the last 4 matches to qualify ahead of Sri Lanka for the ICC Cricket World Cup 2019. The West Indies side is currently on 78 points in the MRF Tires ICC ODI team rankings, 8 points behind 8th place Sri Lanka, whom it will need to overtake in order to qualify. In other words, losing any match other than the opening match against England at Old Trafford on September 19th will allow Sri Lanka a direct passage. Teams not getting direct places in the ICC Cricket World Cup 2019 will get another shot through a qualifying tournament. More in cricket news, the Ghana Cricket Board Jaguars 3-day tournament leaderboard shows Essequibo as the strong leader so far, followed by Upper Quarantine, West Demerara, and Georgetown in the cellar. More in this report. As the third round of the 2017 Ghana Cricket Board Jaguars 3-day league approaches, Essequibo remains on top of the points table with a big lead, having so far a total of 32.5 points, followed by Upper Quarantine with 23 points, West Demerara earns third place with 22.7 points, and Georgetown on 19.1 points. The third round shows a fascinating round of matches as the competition stiffens and players from 8 franchises continue to compete for national places in the upcoming 2017-2018 CWI Regional 4-day PCL, which commences on October 26, 2017. The third round of matches in the Ghana Cricket Board Jaguars 3-day league will commence on Friday, September 25, 2017, and will witness East Bank versus Essequibo at Everest Ground, West Demerara faces West Berbice at Tushin, East Coast battles Georgetown at Lusignan, and Lower Quarantine will go up against Upper Quarantine at Albion. All matches are scheduled to start at 9:30 hours. Trinidad and Tobago cricketer and Ghana Amazon Warriors captain Riyad Emrit was on the cricket field in Kabul, Afghanistan, when the suicide bomber blew himself up outside the ground. More in this report by Stanford Howard.
Riyad Emrit is the only West Indian cricketer taking part in the Afghanistan T20 League, called the Spagazi Tournament, now in its 5th season. The Trinidadian Guardian reported that Emrit is playing for the Boost Defenders and was on the field when the action occurred. Speaking to media representative, Emrit related the incident. "We were in the field bowling when the situation occurred. It was the second over of the innings, and we heard a loud explosion go off on the outside. I felt the stadium shake. Such was the force of the explosion. When I looked outside, I saw a tall building shaking and broken glass all over. The entire area of the building was in smoke. We were told by officials that it was a gas cylinder that went off." Emrit also relayed that his side ended up winning the game, and it was only when the match ended they heard the true story of what occurred. Emrit added that he wanted to return to Trinidad and Tobago, but was unable to, as the next available flight is on Friday. For HGP Sports, I'm Stanford Howard.
Thank you, Stanford. 17 national anti-doping organizations are demanding that Russia is banned from the 2018 Winter Olympics. The group said the International Olympic Committee's refusal to hold Russia accountable for one of the biggest scandals in sports history imperils clean athletes and the future of the Olympic movement. The National Anti-Doping Organization, which includes the UK and US anti-doping agencies, said the country must be punished for proven corruption in the Sochi 2014 Games and continuing failure in its obligations to clean sports. They also warned they had serious doubts that Pyeongchang 2018, home of the upcoming Winter Olympics, which takes place on the 9th to the 25th of February, would be clean. Last year, an independent report commissioned by the World Anti-Doping Agency found evidence of state-sponsored doping in Russia, for which the IOC is yet to decide on sanctions. 2 commissions set up in December have still not concluded, with speculation that Russia could face a heavy fine and escape ban. That is all for this edition of the HGP Sportscast. Back to you, Travis.